Back on the left coast, let's go. First time making instant coffee for literally how long it takes to make. It's fairly good. We could work on it. Maybe try a few different things just to make it a tiny bit better. But for, like I said, it's like protein instant coffee. I don't know. I just saw an ad for it and a few people had told me about it. So anyway, we're starting off our morning this way. We're getting ready to hit the road for the Tulare Thunder Bowl. It is officially Trophy Cup time. We are less than 24, well, we're about 24 hours from day number 1, ready to head down to the Thunder Bowl, ready to get after it. Over $300,000 on the line between the next 3 nights. Dad, you ready for Trophy Cup?
Ready for Trophy Cup.
What comes to your mind when you think of Trophy Cup? Pretty wild race.
The points format.
The points.
I love the format.
Trophy Cup format is it's unique for sure. If there's a race where you have to literally come from the back, you have to overcome inverts, but not like a situation where guys are trying to sandbag. Like, you have to get the most points in qualifying, you have to pass cars in your heat race, you have to pass cars in both prelim and main events, and then on the final night, literally the high point car starts dead last. So if you're, hey, we're sitting the best on the final night to have a shot at $30,000 to win the points, because it pays more to win the points than the actual race. It still pays 10 grand to win the race, so I mean, no one's gonna be upset about that, but the overall goal is to win the points, and that means you have to come from 24th or in that back half of the field. I'm thinking, you know, 16, 18 through 24, and you got to charge all the way, you know, I would say top 7, top 5, maybe win the race. Like, it gets really, really close. So Trophy Cup is unlike anything else, and we're ready to take on one of the biggest 360 West Coast races of the season. So we're on the road. We'll be there in about 8 hours. We have to make a quick stop at Tarleton Motorsports on the way down to pick up the merch trailer. Carly!
On it, because
Does that look the same?
left coast is everyone out there says.
Back on the left coast, let's go. Does anybody else's dads give directions like the merch trailer looks kind of funny behind the toter home. So these guys shop, they're about, you know, 45 minutes north of the racetrack. So we got to get back on the highway, head farther south. I believe they're bringing the rig to the track in the morning. So we're heading there now just to kind of get situated, get ready for 3 nights. Sometimes for these bigger events, the least amount of activities or anything going on race day, at least myself, I like it that way. You can kind of sleep in a little bit, you can relax, get ready, prepare, like whatever your routine looks like, just having that on race day, it's nice. Oh, that's cool. Just ran inside to kind of check on my driver cabinet. All is we got here a little late, so the guys have already left the shop for today, but everything's loaded up and ready to head to the racetrack. So Trophy Cup for California is honestly as big as it gets as far as a non-national race. I mean, of course, we have the Gold Cup and we have the Dennis Roth Classic and we have the Dirt Cup out here on the West Coast, but the Trophy Cup has just been around for so long and it's so unique, as we talked about the format earlier. So it has its own atmosphere for the Thursday through Saturday, and a lot of build up into that finale with the huge invert. Well, guys, we made it into the Thunder Bowl. Track's actually kind of wet. It's been raining down here in the early part of the week. You can see a little bit of a puddle in the infield, and the surface is, you can definitely tell it's got like just a little bit of moisture on top. We'll climb up here to the flag stand. Yeah, Trophy Cup Eve. There's the grandstands. This place is gonna be packed. There's Carly, we'll talk to her in a second. This place for drivers, I feel like is towards the top as far as, you know, tough racetracks to tame in the country. And pretty crazy, if you would have told me at the beginning of the year that my 2, 4, 10 wins would both be at the Thunder Bowl, probably tell you might be a little bit crazy. Definitely some of my prouder moments in my career now have come here, just because this place, again, like, came here earlier, you know, what, 3, 4, 5 years ago. And Tulare is just tough as a driver. You really got to be mentally, physically on it. And, you know, you kind of think at a place like this, like, how could I ever win a race at the Thunder Bowl? And, you know, this year with Tarleton, we put together two good showings, and really felt great to be parked here on the front stretch at the end of it all. And now the part of the video you guys have been waiting for. Carly's back, and she's going to give you guys kind of a small update on her time out east and how she got to continue to work on sprint cars even though the 18T season was done.
Yeah, it was, I would say it was a good it was just a quick short trip, 3 weeks or whatever, and I'd say it was pretty good. I got to see a couple new tracks. I've never been to New Egypt and New Jersey, and then Lincoln, and out of those 2 new places, I felt like Lincoln was a really cool place, and obviously we won there, so that was also a cool moment I got to have.
First outlaw win.
Yeah, we weren't even sure if we were going to run, just because with Macary's back injury, it was really up in the air of like, hey, should I even go out there and just kind of work on race cars if we're not going to actually get a race in? But I thought it would be very beneficial if I would have flown out there anyways, just no matter what, just to kind of learn and be kind of their right-hand person, just to kind of see what I could take back to our team. And I would say it was definitely a very learning experience, and I learned a lot. And then yeah, getting my first outlaw win, that was definitely really cool, and I'll definitely remember that forever. So
but now obviously Carly's back here. We got Trophy Cup this weekend with Tarleton, so you'll obviously see her around. And yeah, just glad that you got a great experience, and Carly got her first outlaw win before I got mine. And it's getting dark, but here's an up close look from turns 1 and 2. A good Trophy Cup memory. I watched Rico, man, a couple years back, literally drive up the wall every lap in 1 and 2. He won one of the prelim nights. There was the one year he swept the whole thing, but Rico, Carly just mentioned Macary, you know, out there helping him. I know he's coming out. There's a handful of guys that can just run Tulare. This place just fits guys' driving style, and when the curb really gets right, you see guys literally, like I said, I'm not even talking run the cushion, they literally run the wall. Their right rear is bouncing off the wall, and it kind of forms here where it's not necessarily forgiving, but it ramps right to it. I know last year even we had a really good run the final night, and I remember entering on the cushion. It's like once my right rear got to it, I was just throttled, and I felt like I was plugged in, like I was like on asphalt. It was the crazy amount of grip that I felt. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's show. Little travel vlog. Carly's back, ready to get after it with Tarleton. We won our last show here, and man, it would be cool to be in contention for that $30,000 payday. We've been training for it. We've been working for it. Want to get the Tarletons back in victory lane and you know, have a good weekend of racing. So we'll see you guys all at the track, and thank you for hanging out with us and being a part of our journey. Deuces.